on the line right now with no other than Mike Auger, owner of Patriot Home Inspections. And Mike and I are going to be, and Ted Tapuzis in the studios right now. We're going to be talking about what could be lurking in your attic and, signs to be aware of and maybe potential things that you may not know of. So you might want to check up there. Mike, good morning, sir.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. I mean, I know you're absolutely slammed. You're doing about 4 to 5 inspections per day in Rhode Island, which is a crazy amount of inspections. So,
yeah, we are cranking. But certainly there's always a few minutes to chat about the newest topic of the moment, if you will.
yes.
The thing that I'm looking to talk about today is the attic, and we find a lot of surprises in the attics when we're doing inspections. And there's the biggest reason for that is nobody goes in the attic except for us.
Yep.
There's a lot of times when somebody's selling a house, of course we have to go in there and check it out, and we're looking at all the structure and the sheeting, ventilation, and all that. But most people could live in their house for 10 years, 20 years, and never, ever go in there.
True
so
story.
when we find things up there, it can be a surprise to the seller if they don't go in there and they don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the big things that we find, especially as the weather's starting to get warmer, is mold in the attic. Now, mold comes from one thing and one thing only, and that is moisture where it's not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it can be an air quality hazard, but it also can be treated. So what I would say, if you're selling a house, go and peek your head in there. If everything looks dark and there's little black circles and dots and mold colonies growing in there, then you probably have one of two things going on to cause that. You got moisture going into the attic from the house, which could come from bathroom vent fans that don't go outside, or even the area where your attic access is not being well sealed and that warmth is going up there. Or you could have a roof leak and moisture coming in from the top of the roof. Either of those things are usually a surprise to the seller, and both of them can cause mold in the attic. And mold is something that scares buyers for some reason. So when a buyer comes in, the word mold is scary to people,
Yep.
and some people are really paranoid about it. So 5 minutes of looking into your attic, seeing if there's any darkened sheeting up there, can go a long way towards fixing a potential tenuous negotiation after the buyer's inspector comes in. Generally, a mold company will spray a treatment in there to kill the mold, and then an inhibitor to stop it from growing back. And then, of course, you want to fix the cause, which is the moisture. Again, many times it's a bath vent fan or a small leak that nobody knows about that can be easily repaired.
Yep, absolutely. We see it all the time, Mike.
When you're selling a house, take a peek up in the attic and see what it looks like. If everything looks nice and bright and light colored, as far as like the wood sheeting and the wooden structural components, then you're probably okay. If it's really dark looking, especially if there's a lot of dark little circles and dots, then that's a sign that you probably got some biological growth up there, and have somebody take a look at it, get it done, get it repaired, and then it won't be an issue on the other end. A lot of times, especially on a home that is not on its first roof, so you're talking homes that are 20 plus years old, there'll be stains in the attic, and that's normal because every time one roof wears out, it leaks a little bit, and then you put a new roof on.
Yep.
But those are times where we find that a moisture meter is helpful, and we'll test those stains to see if they're dry or wet. And many times we find roof leaks inside, even though the outside of the roof doesn't look that bad. You can buy an inexpensive moisture meter if it's something that you're not looking to do a pre-list inspection and you just want to try to be proactive about it. You can climb up there and test it yourself as a homeowner. Or again, that might be something you consider, bringing in a professional to check it out before you list the house.
Absolutely. So, Mike, how do they get a hold of you if they need to ask you some questions or if they need you to inspect their property?
You can visit us online at homeinspectorri.com, and you can also call me direct at 401-578-4878, and that's on my personal cell phone.
Okay, that sounds like your GPS is going off. I'm sure you've got another appointment to go to. You are a beast and one of the best in the business. Mike, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Mike Auger with Patriot Home Inspections.